Welcome to Vision Plus.
Said you love me, but you never showed it. I had to walk before your kind of love wore me out. You left a hole in this world of mine. I had to learn to let you go. Yeah, you left a hole in this world of mine. With God and time, I'll be just fine. Yesterday you stopped me on the sidewalk. Did you think I'd take you back by default? Your deafening silence let me know that you were too late to feel that hole you left in this world of mine. I finally learned to let you go. Yeah, I feel that hole you left in this world of mine. Today I'm blessed. Today I'm blessed. Today I'm blessed. 'Cause I'm just
Wow. I'm going to be crying again, girl. You're ruining my makeup.
Well, I don't need to.
That is just so incredible. I know it's going to be #1 on the charts,
Oh.
and we're so happy you shared that with us.
Well,
Now, tell us how your husband encouraged. Tell us a little bit about Christina Lynn.
oh
You
my goodness.
grew
I
up
grew
in
up in East Limestone,
Mhm.
Limestone County, and
Went to school where?
went to school in East Limestone,
Okay.
at East Limestone, and attended college at Calhoun Community College in
Right.
Decatur, Alabama, and then finished up with a BSN at UAH in Huntsville,
Mhm.
and worked as an RN for a while in emergency nursing and workman's comp nursing. And from there, I went to the dark side and I sold pharmaceuticals. And all my nursing friends told me I went to the dark side. I don't know, it was good to me. But did that for a while. And
Well, it was
then
good to you. So.
It was good to me, and it was good to my family.
Another person that you met, Van Campbell, he sold pharmaceuticals, and it was a good thing for him.
Oh, very
Got
cool.
Very
Very
high
cool, yeah.
promotion from being an anchor man to pharmaceutical. It gave him like 4 times the income.
Wow, that's
But you
awesome.
went there and you actually sold those for a while.
I did. I sold, and then,
When did you meet this Mr.
life
Lynn?
happens. My Mr. Man, Kevin and I met in high school.
Oh, you did?
And yeah.
So what
we,
was your maiden name?
Sims.
Okay,
S-I-M-S.
Okay.
And, yeah. and my married name's Worcester.
Worcester.
W-O-R-C-E-S-T-E-R.
So Lynn is your second name?
Lynn is my middle name.
Oh, okay.
Christina Lynn is my
Given
birth-given name.
Mhm.
Yes. And when we decided to jump and do this whole crazy thing, I pondered about what stage name I would use, and I thought, well, gosh, one of my friends
Christina.
looked at me and she said, Christina Lynn. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's for sure, and that's your
So,
real name.
yeah, no kidding.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, we did that, but, Kevin and I got together and
Kevin encouraged you to do this.
He
said you
did.
had to do this.
He said I had to do this. He said, he looked at me one day and he said, we're going to be old and gray and rocking. And we're never going to know. And you've got this voice that the
God
world
gave you.
needs to hear.
And you
Yeah.
wrote in there that it was God and time, so God must be important in your life.
Very important. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Faith is an interesting thing. it's something that, you know, comes and goes, and I think that's when you just have to really pray really hard, and when it's gone there for a few minutes, you just have to pray really hard, and you'll find it again. It's an interesting thing.
Faith is the substance things hoped for.
Indeed.
The evidence of things not seen. You couldn't
Hope is-
see
Yes, you cannot.
what was going to happen with Christina Lynn, Worcester.
Yeah,
And he allowed you to do that. I don't see Worcester anywhere.
He says he'll be Mr. Lynn someday. So we're good with
Yeah,
that.
that's
But
good with that.
yeah, we met in high school and it just worked.
Mhm.
And so
We have a little one.
we do. Got a 10-year-old little boy, and he's the light of our life. And
What's his name?
his name is Ethan.
Ethan, I like
Yeah,
that.
and Ethan means strong and brave, and that's a good thing. So
Does he sing by any chance?
he sings along with the radio. He says,
Okay.
"Mommy, I'll never do what you do."
Yeah.
And so, but he does believe in me. He got in the truck one day. I was picking him up from school, and I was makeuped out, ready to go play, and he told me he wrote a biography about somebody, and I was like, "Really? Who was it?" And it was me. And
Oh,
he told me that, you know, the world needs to
hear you.
hear you,
Mhm.
Mommy, and the world needs to know your music. And so, needless to say, I was fixing my makeup after that drive home. But yeah, my music, I'm blessed to get to do what I do. It's got a place. It's just got to find its place, you know.
Well, I understand that. My son, I was going to Temple, Texas to speak, and my son, I asked him to go with me, and on the way back, he said, "You got to keep saying your little messages to people because they encourage them."
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, from your own child, that's an incredible thing.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt.
what is, of all the songs you've done now, you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, ma'am. I'm one of 5.
One of 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and where are you in that 5?
I'm the
one of
baby
5.
girl.
You're the
I'm
baby
the 4th
girl.
one in line.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the 4th one in line, and the baby girl, actually the only girl, the other 4 are boys.
Oh, wow.
But you have
wow.
an older sister?
Older brother, 2 older sisters, myself, and then a little brother.
And what do they think about your going public with your voice?
I think it's surprising to them still.
Now, did you sing when you were a little girl
I
growing up?
did. I
Yeah,
did.
that's
I
good.
grew up in the church pew singing a cappella, and
Mhm.
yeah. So music has always been there, and it's always been a passion of mine.
Now, if you sang a cappella, that's like a Church Christ that we go to in Twickenham, which is Spirit-filled Church Christ. Not exactly like some of the others. And so, but you sang, and it just became something you're now doing. Did you do another job? Well, you were a nurse, but in
I
addition to that,
was.
you're not nursing anymore.
No, ma'am.
Except
I
your
am.
husband and your son.
Yep. And my friends
And your
and
friends,
you know,
yeah.
family.
And yourself.
No kidding. No kidding.
Well, what about getting this guitar? It's just gorgeous.
Thank you. My husband gave this to me for Valentine's a couple years ago.
Really?
I started writing music in '04 and worked with several different guitar pickers, and he gave me a beautiful Martin guitar.
Oh,
It's
my.
the Eric Clapton smaller body guitar, and he said, "Okay, you wrote." He dared me to write, so I started writing. He said, "Now I dare you to pick." You know,
Okay.
so I started playing, and the next Valentine's he gave me the Larrivee because it had built-in equipment for the stage instead of needing to go through the sound hole to be able to be heard on stage. So it's my baby. I mean, he's bought me several other types of guitars, but
What
this
does he
one
do in his
stays
real life?
in tune. He is an employee of SAIC in Huntsville.
Oh, yeah, that's a wonderful
Yeah,
company.
we were very blessed when he was taken on
I
there.
do seminars, and they come. They've sent people to the
Oh,
seminars.
very cool.
I do team building and communication skills, and so they're always a delightful group to have come to the seminar. So he works there. What does he do there?
He is a business development manager.
Oh yeah, that's like sales. and-
Yeah.
right.
Well, I guess. I'm not really sure what all he does. You
Okay.
know, he,
Well, business development sounds like you go out and get new business.
yeah,
So-
yeah, he does. His degree is in engineering. He's a mechanical engineer.
Oh,
Kevin
really?
and I worked to put
So
each
is
other
my
through
husband.
college.
Okay.
Really?
My husband is too, and yet it's electrical engineering from Penn State. Unfortunately, they didn't do so hot with Bama, but there've been a few times they did well this past weekend. But he works in mechanical and design engineering, so you know, usually get a job here and you do something else.
It's a great city to be in with that kind of degree, indeed.
And so what, you've got so many songs you wrote and so many songs you appropriated for you that were written by other people. I'm one television person that she and I did a lot of shows together was Jeannie C. Riley before you were born. Well, we did that recently, but she sang Harper Valley with PTA.
I was just singing that in my
kidding.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I love Jeannie C. Riley.
Oh, you
Harper
do.
Valley
She and
PTA.
I did so many shows
Amazing.
together. And in fact, I was recently at Ryman Auditorium, and the girl said, "Oh, she's been here recently." See, she had gained like 100 pounds, and had to do a lot of
God bless her.
getting rid of that 100. She said she would just eat when she was. Other things would happen, but she loves the Lord with all her heart and is now going more gospel than she was. And you have done some gospel also.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do in gospel?
Well, I just, I grew up singing in the pew. I told you that already. And, you know.
Did you ever do How Great Thou Art?
Oh, yes. And Amazing Grace has always been a favorite.
Yes. You and Elvis.
Yes. And Just a Closer Walk with Thee
Oh, I love that.
is an awesome song. And, you know, Where the Roses Never Fade. I grew up singing a cappella. Alto, second alto, and really,
yeah,
great.
Not anything like this.
Oh, please.
Green.
Oh.
And you know, whatever things you desire when you pray, believe you have them and you shall have them. It hadn't happened for me. I think it's a gift God gives you.
Oh.
And so, do you have a gospel song you could sing for us? Or if not, well, just whatever favorite you want to sing. Doesn't matter to me.
I can do a verse of Amazing Grace.
Let's do it.
And,
Let's do it. Because we got to have time to say, learn about Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yes.
Who you gonna be dancing with? Can you?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. Can I ask a question real quick?
Certainly.
Are we keeping Van? Does he?
Yeah.
I got
and
to-
if you need to run,
I got to
you
run,
run.
yeah. I got
God
to,
bless you
yeah.
for being here.
I would-
and
yeah,
thank you
save
for
it. I gotta
getting us
get over
started.
there.
I'm watching the time.
Safe travels.
Thanks so much.
Take care.
Okay,
Hope to
we'll
see you
stay in
soon.
touch.
Thanks a bunch.
That was
Okay. Sorry about that. I just didn't
Yeah,
want to
that was good. That was
keep
good.
him.
And he was
Let's see.
enjoying it so much. He didn't want to
Oh.
leave. But since his mom and dad are waiting out in the car.
Yeah, no doubt. Tell you
Okay.
what, if I'm finished with this, I am going to
No,
do.
let's do one more.
Well, I'm gonna sing it a cappella.
Oh, okay.
Is that cool with
yay.
you?
Sure.
All right.
And if you do any more,
I can put it back on.
Pick it right back up again.
Absolutely.
But I'm excited about that, Christina Lynn.
Oh, there's a lot of fun stuff. Let's do a verse of Amazing Grace.
Okay.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Oh, how incredible.
Thank
That's so
you.
wonderful. So you have quite a few of the gospel songs you do a cappella.
I
do you ever do
do.
those on stage a cappella? Have you
I
ever done
do.
that?
I do. I
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I've been known to sing them in the bars too.
Okay.
You know, a lot of the people that have embraced my music have embraced,
The Lord.
yes, all of that, and we'll be out and about, and you just never know.
That's right. My daughter did stand-up comedies in nightclubs, but now that she has rededicated her life to the Lord, she didn't do that. Mostly it's churches or schools or something. But you know, you can change, but you can be an influence to people no matter where you are.
Everywhere.
They see your spirit, the joy in your heart, and where it comes from. Now, how long ago was it that your husband said, "Okay, we've heard you singing, you have a beautiful voice. We're going to do something about that"?
You know, I need to sit down and really look at the calendar and pinpoint the dates and the times and.
But approximately.
Yeah, it was about 03.
03?
Yeah, because Ethan was 2.
Uh-huh.
And I left my pharmaceutical job. And he called me. I did.
How did you happen to just gave it up when your child was little? Or?
When Kevin said, let's, you know,
do this?
try your music. We really thought about it. We really prayed about it. And we just decided to jump. We decided why not. And,
so where did you get your first one made, your first CD?
My first CD, which is What's Next, and it's available on iTunes. I did several of the tracks in Huntsville with Doug Smith at Sound Cell. And then I finished it up in the Shoals at Fame Studios.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, I finished it up there, and the 10 originals and the 2 Patsy Cline remakes. I performed them with David Shepard, a phenomenal guitar picker. We did that, and
well, can you remember the names of those?
Any
of them?
Yeah, the 2 Patsy Cline remakes were "I Fall to Pieces" and "Walking After Midnight."
Oh,
love Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
The originals, the one which was about my mom and dad and their relationship. Daddy had recently passed away, and so it was. Thank you. It was a traumatic thing. Yeah, but you know, time heals, and
like you said, God and time.
Yes, yes, indeed. And you know, you never forget, and that's the wonderful thing about memories. They're blessings.
Right.
There's one called "Don't Blink," and that's about my little boy. You know, before I had him, everybody kept saying, "Oh my gosh, when you become a mother, you'll blink and you'll miss his life." I didn't believe it. Becoming a mother made a believer of me. And so that one's all about Ethan and watching your children grow up to become adults and responsible human beings. And
that's one thing I miss about my children's childhood. I was working in television 5 days a week, 7 days a week, and it just engulfed my life because I was anchoring and had my own show, and I was interested in me, not them. And I'm so happy you got it, that you're interested in Ethan now, and you can work with being a part of his life rather than just totally concentrate on yourself. I made a big mistake. I grieve over that because my children were involved in many things, and I didn't participate as much as I should have. I became president of PTA and thought that was enough. It wasn't enough. I needed to spend more time with them. But that's what I do now, mentoring younger women, is get them to realize, like you have, Christina, for being with your child and going on. So after that, what did you write next, or some of the ones you wrote?
My Strength and My Rock, and that's about my husband. And
boy, that's a good thing to realize it now.
Yeah, I married my best friend. I mean, I was laughing yesterday. I told someone, you know, when one of us gets into something, the other one just kind of jumps in and joins. And
what are some things he get into?
Running. He got me into running.
That's why you're just about this big around.
I'm
a walking,
that's
strolling.
Good. Well, these days I've had to pull, you know, pace myself because I am practicing the dancing thing too, and I'm trying to keep a balance. You know, that is the one thing you were talking about, children and motherhood, and you know, balance is so important.
Oh,
I
it
did
is.
not realize.
I did not get it. I didn't. I'm so glad you are.
Oh, you know.
10-year-old, if you get more children or adopt some of them, you got it. You got.
Well, he will be our only one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't plan on having any more unless the good Lord above has other ideas. But, yeah, long story short about, I got it. My child was born with congenital heart disease.
Oh my.
And so he's had 2 major heart surgeries.
Oh, at age
And-
10 years old, he's already had 2.
Yeah, he was 2 weeks old when he had his first, 2.5
Oh.
weeks when he had his first one, and 9 months when he had open heart surgery.
Oh my goodness.
And so, you know, I'd waited for so many years to become a mother because I was a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that happened, it showed me, you know, how important it is to embrace the small things of
Mhm.
life. And so that's what I keep telling people with my music. You know, I pray that I'm the example for women of all ages.
Mm-hmm.
When
You
you know,
are.
young girls to older women that are older than me, that it's never too late to stop, look and listen at your life and just, you know, realize what it was that you always wanted to do, and just do it. I mean, it's doable if you will work hard. Now I work
Never
crazy hours, and you
What
know,
are some of your
it's,
crazy hours?
you know, when I've crawled in the bed at 3 a.m. in the morning after a long night, a gig, and then I'm back up by 6 or 6:30
Oh
a.m.
no.
getting my boys out the door to work and school. But that's how I want it, you
Mhm.
know. I mean,
Mhm.
it's I am blessed to be playing more and more private things,
Mhm.
and so I'm not working as crazy of hours as I have in the past. But you know, I mean, it's called paying your dues, and you.
Well, and you can have
Okay.
more time maybe just to do your CDs.
Yes.
That can go on iTunes and
Yes.
worldwide, globally, like this program will.
Absolutely.
And then you can go have a little time with your son,
Oh, no
and
doubt.
Ethan, and your husband, and then have and still have income that will come from
Yeah.
all of these. That's a good thing.
That's what I hope. You know, with my music, my career, I can't be on the road 303 out of 360 days a year. You know, that's just a crazy number, but it's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And
Well, how did it come about Dancing with the Stars?
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Well, it stars Dancing for Heels here in
Yeah.
Huntsville.
Mhm.
It is they took the Dancing with the Stars, I believe it's on ABC that it
Yeah.
runs,
Mhm.
and they took that idea and decided to make a local show,
Mhm.
yearly fundraiser for
Wow.
them.
For whom?
Heels Incorporated. It's HEALS Incorporated.
And what?
Health establishments at local school systems.
Oh, wonderful.
They provide free medical and free dental care
Oh.
to
oh,
children in the Huntsville City and Madison County areas.
Marvelous. Marvelous.
They have 5 clinics that are school-based clinics,
Mhm.
and it's an incredible program to be a part of.
Oh, it
But last year I was having lunch with one of my best friends, Connie Carnes, who is their executive director,
Mhm.
and we were talking about last year, 2010's program, and she's just quit talking, and she looked at me, she said, well, I'm sitting here eating lunch with the biggest name in entertainment in Huntsville right now.
Mhm.
And I was like, really? Who are you sitting with? You know? I mean, that's,
You're so sweet.
well, I mean, I don't see myself as that. I'm just Christina. You know, I'm the girl behind the mic, and when I'm not behind the mic, I'm shopping at Kroger, you know, or I'm shopping at Target, or, you know, I'm doing stuff with my kid and his friends, and doing stuff for my family. I mean, I'm the same girl behind the mic as I am walking around every day. And she said, would you dance for us? And I was like, well, let me think on that. So I went and talked with my boys, and after much thought went into it, and much deliberation and talk, because there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Oh,
Not
I
only
can
do you
imagine.
learn to dance, but you fundraise for them.
Oh, yes.
And so we decided we'd do it.
Mhm.
And so,
Tony and I met on the Arthur Murray's studio dance. He came and took $1,000 lesson And that was so long ago before your mother was born, probably. But anyway,
Sweet.
so we've danced through life for
I love it.
half century.
I love it. That's a great hook for a song, by the way. But
What?
Dancing Through Life.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I like that.
Absolutely.
That's good.
You never know. I just might write
And
that.
I'll write the book and you write the song.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about.
That's what
It's
we've
sharing.
done.
It's sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's
of your
right.
life.
That's
And
right. And believe me, we've had all three.
Everybody does.
I tell people, well, we've had 20 years of wonderful life. Not too bad out of 50. Yeah, so, you know.
Indeed. But you know, you learn from it and you grow, and that's what's so important.
It is.
If you can't take a lesson in life and learn from it and grow, then you're not looking at something right. But that's the way I look at things.
That is
But
exactly accurate, and it's so encouraging for people to think, I can do it too. If Christina Lynn can do it, I can too. Of course, I don't have her beauty and looks. However, whatever you have, you can go. You can go to the next level of your passion, whatever your passion is.
Whether it's dance, whether it's poetry, whether it's
Whatever
it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
my
it doesn't
sister-in-law
matter. Art.
crochets, and she has made 84 lap robes for nursing homes.
Wow.
And now my brother, her husband died, and she sends me a couple of boxes of knitting things every week, and I take them to every person that has a baby in our church. I give them one of those, and I say, okay, I need more pink, more blue. You know?
Oh, that's pretty darn special.
But that's her passion.
Yeah.
And whatever your passion is, like you said, art.
You got it.
Whatever it is, you can make your life important by your passion. Okay, now we got you through to your songs. What are some of the others that are going to be on this next album?
On the next one. You know, I just finished up a play with a great guy. His name's Russ Holder. He never had really written lyric-based originals. He had always written just instrumental versions of stuff. And one night we were going out to play at a gig, and we were sound checking, and he was sound checking to an incredible melody. So I just asked him, did it have lyrics? And he said no. And so I was like, it needs lyrics, right? And so he said, yeah, I'd love to hear what you have in mind. So we just finished up recently Alabama Mountain Lake, Trust Your Journey.
Oh,
and
that's wonderful.
It's all about the journey of life. Another one, Doing Something Right. My mother-in-law called me last year on my anniversary and said, well, I guess you're doing something right. And so I thought, okay, what are some things I've done really right in my life? And one was marrying her son, Kevin. And the other one was us having our little boy. And so there came the song, Doing Something Right.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah,
we're going to get you something for Mother's Day that'll be really terrific. I thought of this next song.
Trying to think of what else I've written. You know, I've got Connie Carnes and Connie was a poetry writer, and I met her at a Monrovia Arts Festival several years ago. Went out into the crowd, introduced myself, met her. She
Were you always outgoing like this?
You know, I really have always been. Kevin laughs and says I could make a wall talk to me, you know. But I really have been. I mean, that was, even in high school, I was friends with everyone. I didn't have a core group of friends that I hung with. I was just friends with everybody. I was blessed to be loved by a lot of people, and both adults and kids my age, and just always, I really was. I always just
God was
preparing
preparing you for what's coming in. And we're
Yeah.
going to learn more. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be back with Christina Lynn in just a moment. We want you to join us. This is Bonnie Libhart watching Vision Plus. We do want you to know that Christina Lynn, you got a new website, so say it.
ChristinaLynn.com.
That's it. That's all you need. ChristinaLynn.com. ChristinaLynn. My daughter's Deanna Lynn with Lyn, just one N. I was dumb. I didn't know. We're back in just a moment.